Welcome to this Texas Sports Nation podcast. I'm John McClain. You can reach me at McClain_on_NFL.
I'm Aaron Wilson, Aaron Wilson _NFL, and Instagram, Aaron Wilson 7128.
Aaron, we have turned the corner on our mock drafts. We've got posted on TexasSportsNation.com mock draft number 11. And I think we have two more. We're going to project every Texans pick, and then we're going to do our final mock drafts right before the draft on the 23rd through 25th. Let's get right to it. The Jaguars looking at the AFC South, the Jaguars have the 9th overall pick. Who do you have them taking?
Mekhi Becton, offensive tackle, Louisville. I feel like no bigger and really at that stage of the draft, better offensive tackle. We've got a couple other guys going above him, but I really like Becton. I think that he will be a game changer. He is very athletic, very big man, and I could see him having an outstanding NFL career.
Well, that'd be 2 years in a row they've got really good offensive tackle. Last year was in the second round. This year be the first round. Not good for pass rushers like J.J. Watt and Whitney Mercilus. I have them taking Derek Brown from Auburn, the best defensive tackle in the draft. He seems like a natural fit in the middle of their defensive line that has lost Calais Campbell, has also lost Marcel Darius. He would step in on day one and be a starter. Jaguars have the 20th overall pick. Who do you have them taking with the 20th pick?
Sticking with the offensive side of the football, John, Justin Jefferson, LSU wide receiver, someone I think is getting overlooked in this draft process. He's outstanding in all facets of the game. Very polished receiver, was extremely productive catching from Joe Burrow, and he's someone I like a lot, and I think that would fit in very well in the Jaguars offense. I think they need more weapons, regardless whether it's Gardner Minshew or someone else at quarterback. I feel like Jefferson would make that offense a lot better right away.
Could you see them at either one of those picks taking a quarterback?
Yes, I have a couple of times mocked Jordan Love to them from Utah State. I think he would fit really well with Doug Marrone and the offense they're running. Dual threat guy, very athletic, a little streaky, needs to be coached up. I think he's a heck of a project to work with, and I think other teams, including New England, like him. So it'll be interesting to see where he winds up. He's sort of to me, kind of a wild card of this draft.
If the Jaguars get Justin Jefferson, and you're right, the pressure that puts on corners in the AFC South with him and DJ Chark, that would be great for their offense, especially quarterback Gardner Minshew. I have them taking care of another need on defense. Christian Fulton, the corner from LSU, coming in to replace Jalen Ramsey. He seems like he would be a good fit at the Jaguars at 20. Titans pick 29th. Who you got?
I'm sticking with this. I think Josh Jones, offensive tackle, Houston, George Bush High School, will be a Titan. And I really like what I've seen from Josh, his improvement over his senior year, the hard work he put in. I think he really helped himself a lot at the Senior Bowl. And a lot of teams are on him. But the Titans, he said, I don't know, take it with a grain of salt, but a little inside information. Josh says the Titans are on me big time. So I think they need an offensive tackle, and we'll see if Josh is right. And the Titans might be the place he lands. He's on, a lot of teams' boards. Green Bay, Miami, a lot of teams are on him pretty hard. But I think the Titans make a lot of sense for him.
He'd be a really good pick for them, and he would love playing for Mike Vrabel and also getting to play in Nashville. I've got him going earlier than that to Miami. I have the Titans at 29 taking a Penn State edge rusher, Yeturgros Matos. I still feel they're going to take an outside linebacker, even though they signed Vic Beasley. My friends there say they need another one because they haven't been able to rush the quarterback from the outside or the inside. They expect Jeffrey Simmons to be even better in his second season inside, but not to count that out. So you have offensive tackle, I have edge rusher. Now the Texans, because of the Brandon Cooks trade, we don't have to make a 57th pick. That goes to the Rams, but they still have that 40th overall pick they got from Arizona in the trade for DeAndre Hopkins. Who do you have the Texans taking in the second round?
It's time to address the defense, John. They were not very good in the secondary last year. I think they need a shot in the arm. They need Christian Fulton, cornerback LSU. Some mocks, including yours, you have him in the first round. Some of the times, it doesn't work out. They're going to run on corners. Some of these guys like Trayvon Diggs and Fulton could slide. And if they do, I think teams like the Texans that need corner help could pounce on them in the second round. And he is fast. He's very fundamentally sound. He's a very clean football player in terms of health. I feel like Fulton would be ready to step in. They've got a question mark there where you've got Garyon Conley in a contract year, Lonnie Johnson. It was mostly mixed reviews, more miss than hit as a rookie. And Bradley Roby, they feel good about one corner, but I think they need more corners. And I would like to see them get Christian Fulton, if they could, in the second round.
You think if they got Fulton that would precipitate trying Lonnie Johnson at safety? And how much would a position change be hindered without on-field instruction by the coaches?
Yeah, that'd be hard for Lonnie, and he's I've been around Lonnie a little bit, at some of the drills he does out with Footwork King and Tomball, and everything he's doing is corner, and, he hasn't contemplated or have been approached about a position change, but I think he would be a hard-hitting safety and center fielder. To me, his body type says safety. I know he runs fast enough to play corner, but it's very tough for him to really play the football and track it the way he needs to. That's one thing he's worked on a lot, John, is trying to turn for the ball and not get all those penalties. He's still someone that I think has upside, but I don't know if they're contemplating the safety move or not. It'd be interesting to see. I'd love to ask Bill O'Brien a question like that, or hear from, you ask him. It'd just be interesting to hear if they're thinking that way, or if they would even say. But to me, yeah, it'd be interesting to have him at safety, him and Justin Reed. And we ignore Tayshaun Gibson a little bit. He was having a nice season until the transverse process fractures kind of really limited his impact a bit, and then he was put on IR. So I'm wondering, how long is he for the Texans? Is this going to be his last year with them, or are they planning ahead?
I went with Justin Madubuike, the defensive tackle
Yeah,
from A&M. I've done that before. I listened to Bill Polian, the Hall of Fame former general manager, talking about the interior defensive lineman and the importance of it and how every coach wants it. So he thinks there's going to be guys going. And he put Madubuike up there. He had him ahead of Ross Blacklock, and I haven't seen anybody else do that. And he was talking about strictly Madubuike being able to get up the field from an inside position, and that's what they need. And of course, he being Aggie, people be fired up about that. So I've got Madubuike, you've got Fulton the corner. I think we couldn't go wrong with either one of those guys because the Texans need all the help they're going to get on defense.
one note on Matabike for you, John.
Hope it's a good one.
This is good. He visited the Titans before the cutoff of the coronavirus, and he was supposed to visit the Texans, the Ravens, Vikings, Raiders, Eagles, Bengals, Rams, and 49ers, replaces those teams with several video conferences.
Well, I'm sure he was impressive there because he certainly was at the combine, and he would look good in a Texans uniform. Okay, that's it on this podcast. Aaron and I'll be back next week to talk about Bill O'Brien's news conference that he's having Thursday. First time he's spoken to the media since the combine. Thank you for listening. I'm John McClain, and you can reach me at McClain_on_NFL.
Aaron Wilson _NFL. Instagram, Aaron Wilson 7128.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And thank y'all.